You can always rely on Elvis to get a person's attention. Thank you. Thank you very much.
What a wonderful life, this life I'm living. What a wonderful life, living a life for me. Ooh. Well, I got no job to worry me, no big bad boss to hurry me. It's a wonderful life, life's good to me. It's a wonderful road.
For the first time at DeOscarize.com, we are about to deoscarize a director. There is a connection between the director that we're about to deoscarize and Elvis Presley. That will come, I assure you. But first, the director's name is Norman Taurog, who won his Best Director Academy Award in 1931, and to this day remains the youngest director to have received an Academy Award at the age of 32. You might be saying, it seems a shame you have to deoscarize a director with that particular distinction. There are two reasons, I assure you, to deoscarize Norman Taurog, as far as I'm concerned, and after all, the entire object of this exercise at DeOscarize.com is to see if you don't agree that cinematic justice has been denied, and that right should finally prevail.
Anywhere the rainbow ends, a wonderful life, life's good to me. I don't know where I'm going, don't care where I'm going, like the four winds are blowing, I go on.
Firstly, Norman Taurog was nominated Best Director for a movie called Skippy, an exceedingly dated film that carries the distinction of having been nominated Best Picture 1931 for some reason, and losing, of course. While its child star, Jackie Cooper, remains to this day the youngest performer to have been nominated for a Best Actor Academy Award at 9 years of age. So, Norman Taurog, the youngest director to win an Academy Award, Jackie Cooper, the youngest actor to be nominated for an Academy Award. That's all well and good, except for the fact that Skippy is not a good movie, not even for 1931, especially when you realize that 1931 was also the year they made The Public Enemy, the 8th greatest gangster movie ever made, selected for preservation for its cultural, historical, and aesthetic significance by the Library of Congress, a film with an iconic scene involving a grapefruit and an actor who became an icon himself, earning the distinction of being the American Film Institute's 8th greatest movie star of all time. There he is, the great James Cagney.
There you go, that wishing stuff again. I wish you was a wishing well, so that I could tie a bucket to you and sink you.
Maybe you found someone you like better.
My contention is that the director of this iconic film should finally get the recognition that was so meanly denied him at the time. His name was William Wellman. So, there's the fact that there is a director who is more deserving than Norman Taurog, with a film that still has the juice to this day after 83 years. That's reason one. There is another reason for deoscarizing Norman Taurog, and it has to do with how he won his Best Director Academy Award. Norman Taurog won his Academy Award for getting the performance that he got out of 9-year-old Jackie Cooper, a performance that made Jackie Cooper an Academy Award nominee for Best Actor that year, for really just one scene, a scene where Jackie's character named Skippy cries when he hears that his dog has been put to death. Guess how Taurog got that performance from 9-year-old Jackie Cooper? He got it by telling this 9-year-old child that if he didn't cry for the scene, he was going to shoot his dog. The boy gave a performance that gave him a career for the rest of his life and saved his dog as far as he was concerned, but it really didn't do his psyche any good, and he never spoke to the director again. By the way, Norman Taurog was not only Jackie Cooper's director, he was also Jackie Cooper's uncle. I guess people back then in 1930 thought it was okay for Torog to get a performance that way out of a 9-year-old child. That was then, but now there is absolutely no way a director would get away with doing something like that, nor should he or she. So, come to DeOscarize.com to deny or affirm my intention to de-Oscarize Norman Torog, Best Director 1931, and give William Wellman the credit where credit was due him 83 years ago, making William Wellman the new Best Director 1931 for his iconic gangster film, The Public Enemy, with an Academy Award caliber performance by James Cagney. Which reminds me, I had been considering a DeOscarize exercise for James Cagney and this very film. That is for the future. At DeOscarize.com, everybody gets what's coming to them, bad or good. Granted, it is not life, but it is a reasonable facsimile to an alternate reality thereof.
Anybody ever tell you you're very handsome?
Only girls.
Oh yes, the Elvis connection. I almost forgot. The last decade of Norman Torog's career was in the 1960s, and during that decade, he directed 9 of Elvis's MGM movie musicals, starting with G.I. Blues in 1960, which one could argue was the template for most, if not all, of the ensuing movie musicals that Elvis made. The last movie musical that Norman Torog directed, Live a Little, Love a Little, was Norman Torog's very last film, for Norman Torog went blind soon after he directed this movie. Talk about a Hollywood ending.
Sunshiny day. I think